Hi guys, I want to start this video with one honest thing. I was an average student. Yes, I didn't know everything, I was not naturally brilliant, and I struggled like most of the people do. But still, I ended up scoring 95% in my board exam. So, this video is not about studying for 12 hours or following a particular timetable. It's about how I changed my mindset and study techniques and how you can do the same. First step is to fix your mindset. So before started studying, I first fixed my thoughts about studying. Instead of saying myself, I'm weak at this, I can't do this subject is too hard. I started asking myself, why can't I understand this? What is the concept which is hard? What is the thing which is confusing me? So instead of fighting with the subject, when you start understanding yourself, learning will automatically become easier for you. Write your thoughts down, take any sheet of paper or any notebook and just write what is in your syllabus, what you understand, what you don't understand, and also make one more section of the important topics. It will be really helpful, I'm telling you. So what happens is that you are very clear about whatever topics is in your syllabus, what are the important topics, so you don't waste your time on searching these things. So the thing is that whenever everything is in your head, it becomes very messy, and when you write it on a paper, it is very manageable and you can just start studying. Maybe you can just start learning from the important topic first. Figure out how you actually study. So this is a very important thing, that everyone study differently. Okay, I have realized this about myself, that I can't learn anything unless and until I have made my own notes. Like, I can read a book twice or thrice and you can't expect me to learn everything from it or retain everything from it. That doesn't happen. But if I have made notes from that book, I can retain everything. Like, I can watch a YouTube video, I can understand everything conceptually, but when I have to write it down in my answer sheet, I'm like, what I have to write? I don't remember anything. It happens with me a lot. Maybe for you, writing notes help, or maybe for you, watching YouTube videos may help. So the thing is, don't copy others. Like, maybe this topper is using these techniques to learn, so I should also use that. No, she is different, you are different. So, according to yourself, according to your capability, learn and utilize your best. Okay, because you also have potential, you don't have to copy other person. One thing really worked for me: studying like you're explaining it to someone. So what I used to do is, I used to imagine that I have an imaginary friend and I want to teach that person like a teacher. I want to explain each and every topic to that person, imaginary person. Okay, so what I used to do is, I used to learn each and every topic and then explain, and wherever I got stuck, I knew that I need to learn it again. So you don't have to stop here, you have to learn it again and you have to again teach that. So what happens is, when you can teach the concept clearly, that means you have understand it really well. This has worked for a lot of people. I have seen this one thing. You can try this. I actually don't have my imaginary friend, I have my real friend. What happens is, when you can teach them really nicely in exam, when you think, oh, I taught them like this, okay, this topic has this subparts and I need to write it down like that, so you're very clear in your head about the topic. Next is, don't stress about perfect timetables. I used to make a very strict timetable that I have to wake up at this hour, I have to study this chapter at this hour and that chapter at that hour. And it never worked out for me. Because the thing is, whenever I missed any one task, I used to feel very guilty, very stressful, and I used to stop following the timetable completely. So I understood this one thing, that I can't follow a very rigorous, a very unrealistic routine. So what I used to do is, I used to set a goal that I have to complete this chapter or this topic by this date, like that way, not like time bound. I never made like time boundation, like I want to complete this in this much hour. No. So whatever the thing is, if I achieve the goal, it is very good thing. But if I didn't achieve the goal, then I used to be very happy that at least I did something. So I realized this one thing, that I was not lazy. The timetable was very rigid and very strict. It was not realistic. So when you stop chasing that perfect timetable, study will be very less stressful and more realistic for you. Memorizing without understanding doesn't work. Earlier, I used to think that studying means memorizing everything. So I used to memorize, I used to read every page like twice and thrice. And then during exam, my mind used to go blank. I can't remember anything and I would just mix everything up. I changed one thing. Instead of memorizing it, I started understanding it. Instead of asking myself, do I remember this? I asked myself, do I understand this? What happens is when you understand the topic, you don't have to force your brain to remember it. Your brain will automatically remember, and in exams, you don't have to pressurize yourself and mix the things up. This will also make your revision very easier because you're not starting from zero every time. Talk to yourself while studying. I know this is a little bit weird, but when we read anything, we don't actually remember it. Why? Because we are not really active. Our brain is any different thought. You are in your imaginary world. You are thinking. You are not learning, but you are thinking. So what happens is then you don't remember anything, right? So when you talk to yourself, like read every line loudly, talk about that. Why is this important? What does this mean? Okay, and then at random hours, ask yourself questions about the topic. And then if you can't answer, you know that you really don't know this topic and you have to revise it again. You have to study this again. So the thing is, first of all, you're very clear in your head whatever you know and whatever you don't know. Okay, and if you have studied like 30% of your syllabus, you actually know that. You are very good at it. Revise honestly, not just the sake for it. First, I used to think that revision means that I have to read each and every line from start to end. But obviously, this doesn't help because you end up revising the topics that you have already learned and you overlook the topics that you don't know or you feel that is very difficult, so you just overlook it. Okay, so what you can do is you can start asking yourself questions. When you will ask yourself question, you would know that okay, I am not good at this, I need to revise this once again. What I do is at random hour, I'm gonna take one concept, I'm just gonna revise it, I'm gonna ask myself question, and wherever I feel stuck, I'm gonna revise it again. This way, short revision will also feel very productive and very useful. And one tip, if you're giving board exams, then go and solve previous year questions. I'm telling you, it will really help you. I solved a lot of previous year questions before my board exams and it really helped me. Even if you have very less time, just understand the topics clearly and solve those questions. Don't do your book questions, okay? Stop comparing yourself with others. I used to compare myself a lot to others, especially with toppers. And what happens is, when you compare yourself with toppers, you forgot that you have your own struggles and they have their own struggle. Your strength and their strength differs. Okay, your techniques, their techniques may differ. So what you have to do is, you have to compare, but with your old version, and see that how much you have changed, what growth that you can see in yourself. Because I know that slowly you will realize that you are just wasting your energy on demotivating yourself only. So what you have to do is, stop comparing with other. Let them do whatever they want to do. You are the main character in your own life. How will it feel when you are just thinking of the other characters who doesn't even matter in your story? That one change will make study feel less stressful and more motivating. And lastly, being an average student doesn't mean you can't score well. Obviously, I didn't become smart overnight. I just became honest with myself gradually. Like what I am good at and what I need to work on. And I made changes. I took some steps, but small steps. Not like aiming for perfection. You don't have to aim for perfection directly. You can take some small steps, make small changes, and you will gradually improve because that is very consistent growth. And that is why I believe that being an average student is not a disadvantage. What you have to do is, you just have to, first of all, understand yourself. You have to be consistent. And the most important thing is, you don't have to give up. Just focus on what you want to do and you will achieve it. I'm telling you, if I can score 95%, then you can do it too with your own techniques and methods. And at last, mark doesn't come from pressure. It comes from clarity and effort. And don't underestimate yourself if you're feeling average right now. I did it and I was wrong. So trust yourself, keep working hard, and you will be amazed with whatever you can achieve. And if you feel that this video helped you just a little bit, do let me know in the comment section and I'll meet you in my next one.